Hey guys, it's the last video, the third one. So the last two videos we're talking about physical books, audio books. The last one's the podcast. I'm sorry because I got this question and people normally ask them all in one, but I've had to split the video because I use a massive amount of all three. For my podcasts, I go in and out of phases of who I like on podcasts. I have my favorites that I listen to like every day or every week, but I tend to go in and out of what I like on podcasts. The one I listen to religiously, and I listen to a podcast every single morning, is Entrepreneur on Fire, which is John Lee Dumas. Anybody that has their own business or wants to start their own business, this is an amazing podcast. It's basically, he has an interview every day. There's I think over 2,000 episodes on it, and he basically interviews entrepreneurs in a 45-minute stint and talks to them about their journey, what they've done, what's been successful for them, what hasn't worked for them, and you tend to get ideas for your own business off them. I think it's Warren Buffett's quote. It's one of my favorites. He's like, smart people learn from their mistakes, really smart people learn from other people's mistakes. So it's great to see what other entrepreneurs have done, the mistakes they've made, and then learning from them. Another one I love is Russell Brunson. So I mentioned, this is Marketing Your Car. The .com secret books that I talked about in my physical book video, which was about anyone in business that's looking to get funnels and funnel people into different channels of your business. Russell Brunson is the creator of that. He's a podcast called Marketing Your Car. It's basically his car every day, and he talks about his business ideas, where he's going in the future, what he's done in the past, and it's something it's the one I'm actually really into at the minute because all of his stuff is just amazing. He's a really, really cool guy. And the last one I think I listen to religiously is Tai Lopez. So I've referenced Tai in the last couple of videos because I'm doing I'm in his book club, which is basically he gives 2 books a month, and then a book club, and the book is discussed on his VIP. It's amazing. His podcast, his philosophy is incredible. It's funny because Tai Lopez is someone I didn't like when I first started listening to him. I thought he was a bit of a dick. But actually, as I got to watch more of his content and listen to his podcasts and his YouTube channel, I was like, oh shit, this guy fucking knows his stuff. Like, Tai Lopez lives in the middle of LA. He had a Snapchat with Rihanna yesterday. The dude is just an absolute entrepreneurial genius. He's a speed reader. His TED Talk has, I don't know how many million views, where he talks about reading a book a day. It's amazing. His podcast is class as well. There's a couple of other ones there that are I like. Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk. I have his Ask Gary Vee book. It was in the audiobook video. I listen to his podcast. His podcast is basically his YouTube channel where he's just converted it to a podcast, and then his book was just all the questions that came in through his podcast. Really, really insightful. If you're a social media guy or looking to build your social media, 100% recommend checking out Gary Vaynerchuk. There's a couple of other people then. Oh, Phil Learney's the last one then. Phil isn't very good at putting up regular content on it, but I do go back over his old stuff. There's no set dates to when he has it out, so it's kind of like a bit hit or miss or luck when you go on and there's a new one there. But his nutritional stuff is brilliant. His book, In One Nutritional Programming, as I said in the physical book section, is amazing. It's really heavy, really scientific, but his podcast really helps break things down because he actually uses a lot more layman's terms and breaks ideas down a little bit better in his podcast than he even does in his book. So definitely recommend checking out his podcast. So they're my main ones. There's a nutrition one in there. At the minute, they're mostly business ones because my journey and my interest is in business. Business and fitness are my 2 passions in life, and I've merged them. I tend to do a bit more on business now because I've spent the last 10 years doing so much on fitness and nutrition, so I'm just building on ideas from foundational knowledge that I have. But they're my favorite podcasts. So they're the ones I recommend checking out. They're the 4: Entrepreneur on Fire, Ask Gary Vee Show, Tai Lopez, and Marketing Your Car by Russell Brunson. They're my favorites. So I hope these 3 videos helped. If you haven't checked out the other 2 videos and you're wondering what physical books I use and what audio books I use, go back and check out those videos now, and comment down below and let me know what you guys think.